Would you say you are infatuated with King Von?
I'll be honest, I would, and I think a lot of people are.
This is
you know, I think King Von
podcast.
is an artist that captivated a lot of people. You know, when Von was alive, you know, and he was really on the run of his success, you know, releasing his mixtapes back to back, quickly becoming one of the biggest artists in the game. I think a lot of people became obsessed with Von because he was a great artist and he had a fascinating story. And I probably would say that I don't think I'm obsessed with him in a sort of twisted, creepy, you know, King Von tattoo on my face kind of way. But he was definitely one of my favorite artists. He was somebody that his backstory was just insane to me. You know, he had so many lyrics saying, I've got 7 bodies, I'm about to catch another one. You know, I was listening to this guy and he was so good at rapping, and I was just listening to these lyrics thinking, how can this be, like, this can't be true. This guy is so cold on the mic. He's saying he's killed all the ops. He's saying he's killed 7 people, and he's got charting on Billboard. Like, how is this possible? And I probably did get a little bit obsessed with his music and his story, to be honest.
Yeah, and would you say obsession is not healthy?
Probably not. No, and you know what? I would say that in general, I think, you know, I don't want to. I mean, look, I can throw my hands up and say I think I probably even before I made the video, I think I was obsessed with King Von's music, because there was a time when all I wanted to listen to was Von. I didn't want to listen to nobody else, because Von was the realest, the rawest, the coldest rapper, had the best beats. All I wanted to listen to was Von, and that was probably before I'd even done a video about him, you know, back in 2020. Because I did, bear in mind, I did 3 videos on Von while he was alive, and you know, at the time, you know, that's a whole other story. But like, that was a time when I think Von was really the trending topic in hip hop. He was the guy.
Now, so let's go back a little bit. So, all right, King. So you saying that you would say that you have some sort of obsession with King Von. Now, when you went to reporting on King Von, do you think your obsession, the obsession of the, because to me, what I'm hearing from you, right, from my side, because I've been involved in everything this culture has to offer, from the dope game to the criminal shit to the jail to the month, whatever this culture has, I've endured it, right? So when I'm speaking to you, I don't hear hip hop. I hear you obsessed with the criminal aspect of the culture. It's almost like that's what draws you in. Have you ever been in a fight? Have you had fights and stabbings? Have you shot somebody or been shot at, or do you know any of that kind of stuff?
So okay, let me just, I'll answer all those questions. I would say, you know, I would disagree that I'm obsessed with the criminality side of it. You know, I think the thing that got me interested in Von to begin with was the music. You know, it's always the music. I don't go looking for just like random shootings and then like hope that somebody is a rapper.
Well, hold up, hold, Trap. You said that the lyric that stuck out to you from Jay-Z was that he shot his brother. That's literally one of the first things you said that stuck out to you. Wow, he shot his brother. I'm telling you, I'm a listener, so I'm not someone that's just gonna say these things as a I got you moment. I'm not into that, right? We having conversation. I'm literally listening to what you're saying. So you said, hey, yo, the Jay-Z thing, right? Jay-Z, man, he was such a lyrical guy, but what really got me, he had to shoot his brother. And I got to thinking.
But what I would say is that I am obsessed with Jay-Z, but I was already a fan of Jay-Z for years before I made that video and before I, you know, covered that story. But like, I've covered a lot of Jay-Z stories. You know, bear in mind, I've got a video about how Jay-Z cut his deals in his, you know, his alcohol businesses to become a billionaire. Like, I'm also obsessed with Jay-Z. I'm probably as obsessed with Jay-Z as I am with King Von.
So let me ask you this.
And I think Jay-Z,
how different,
sure,
rapping wise, is King Von from Jay-Z? Because if you like Jay-Z's style, him and King Von are day and night. So the only thing they have in common is rapping about the criminal elements in a way that's believable.
That's not. I don't know if that's true, because I think
we're debating. You know, again, let's go.
Yeah. I'm down though. I'm down. I think as well, it's sort of like, I think you're picking a specific point to focus on, and I understand, because that's the topic and the theme we're on. But I think, you know, when you look at, if we were going to do a comparison of Jay-Z and King Von as artists, I mean, that'd be really, bear in mind, like, you can tell I'm obsessed. Like, I love this shit. Like, that's so interesting. Like, because I think when it comes to Jay-Z, look, as far as I know, okay, Jay-Z has never killed anybody, right? The story is he shot his brother at age 12. His brother was apparently, on a lot of drugs, causing problems for the family, stealing. He was the story of Jay-Z shooting his brother when he was 12 was a really interesting story of this young dude who essentially had to boss up at 12 and become the defender of his family, which is a crazy story, which I guess in a way does bear similarities to King Von, because I think the situation with King Von is, especially at the early stages when we can get into this as a separate debate, but like, if you believe that King Von did kill people, as he said in his lyrics and his tweets, I think when that begun, that was a kill to survive situation. I think Von was defending himself, he was defending his life, he was defending his family's life. And I suppose that's what Jay-Z was doing in that situation where he
these are the circumstances for our culture. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This ain't music. This is an element of our culture that involves at a lot of times a criminal aspect to it. Right. And we just so happen to be, some of us so happen to be so dope, we can rap about it, but that particular part of it seems to what draws you in, because the way Jay-Z raps is nothing like the way King Von raps, yet you are obsessed with both of them. Go ahead.
Let me tell you why, because bear in mind, this is really interesting. I love this. So I think what's really interesting, and I kind of touched on this in my video, is that you're right. You've got these two guys, Jay-Z and King Von, that essentially they both grew up in really difficult environments. You've got the Marcy Projects in New York. You've got O Block in Chicago, Parkway Gardens, right? They were both in these situations where they essentially had to fight for their survival. And at some point in both of their lives, they realized and they decided, you know what? Instead of this life of crime, at least in Jay-Z's case, his thing was he was a drug dealer. A lot of his early raps, Reasonable Doubt, Dead Presidents, it's kind of drug dealer mafioso rap. Drill music hadn't even been invented yet, right? But the reason I look up to Jay-Z so much, and I'd say I'm obsessed with him, because he made a change, and he said, I'm going to get out of the streets. I'm going to become a rapper. I'm going to get into the industry, and I'm going to kind of become this businessman. And he got the hell away from all of that kind of the drug dealing in the streets. He made himself a success through his music and became a millionaire. And I think what's really interesting is like when you contrast that with King Von, and I think we'll get into this, but this is why I find King Von as, just to be completely honest, I don't think King Von is necessarily someone to look up to, because I think that you've got someone like Jay-Z where he beat the odds and he broke the cycle and he got out of that situation, became a millionaire, focused on his business, built billion-dollar businesses, became very corporate. Whereas I think if you contrast that with Von got out of the streets, became a millionaire, but it would seem, based on the research that I did, that Von simply was more interested in the beef. He wanted to keep funding the street war. He wanted to arrange hits.
That's what I would disagree with you, because from outside of our culture, you cannot speak to what he was interested in. You see, sometimes I want you to know this, brother, from Loon, right? And we're debating, so I want you to say whatever you want to say, so we can have a conversation in an open way. But I'm telling you, King Von wasn't as rich as probably you think he was to be able to get out of that situation. The rappers, what I don't think you've picked up along all your research of hip hop in our culture is that most rap shit in the culture, they con men. They playing con man, they confidence man, right? Whatever they just got to sell it. They got to be able to sell it to the consumer. I don't think that somebody like King Von, Jay-Z, I don't think they're the same. I believe that, again, the only thing that they have in common is the criminal element that they both had to face, because our culture provides that to us. Even rapping, just think about the rap style, totally different. Think about the beat selection, totally different. Think about where they come from, totally different. The accent, totally different. Jay-Z, like you said, as soon as he had an opportunity, because he was old when he got his money, he was 28 when he got his deal or something, so he was already an established man. King Von is a young man that's still kind of hooked to this shit that they done start calling Chirac. This shit is a mess up here, homie. This shit is something you can't just check out of this. That's what I'm saying. You don't just turn this game off. This ain't something King Von just can walk away from. Right? He don't got the money Dirk had, in my opinion. He don't have the money Dirk had, and I know because I know what it take to get from that. The resources he would have needed to get from that place, I don't think he had yet. But let's not move too far into that. Let's go back to what is the the parallel things between King Von and Jay-Z that draws Trap Lord Ross to being somewhat obsessed with both of those guys outside of, if it's the criminal element, I need you to acknowledge that and understand that, oh shit, it ain't the hip hop. It ain't really the music shit. I'm starting to glorify a culture that I don't participate in. Because if you are breaking the deals down, if you are breaking, Joe Budden broke up, Frank Ocean $20 million finagle, or Jay-Z even shot his brother, like that's even something that's, but when do you get to this place? You see what I'm saying? But let's focus on Jay-Z and King Von. I'm so obsessed with that conversation. Let's stay there for just a second.
Look, I'll be honest, I do kind of disagree with what you just said, because I think, firstly, King Von, I personally think King Von did have the money. He bought his mother a house outside of the city. And bear in mind, I feel like everything you just said, that King Von, he couldn't have possibly got away. Why? How comes Chief Keef did?
Got away. Chief Keef had real hits, man, and he was rich a long time. You ain't give
Von was having hits.
You didn't give him the time. These hits nowadays need time to stream well. They need time, bro. They need time. This shit for it to get a lot of streams, it needs time for these guys to get this money and see this money. King Von wasn't in that situation, bro. Chief Keef, even if we look at Chief Keef and King Von financially, we talking Chief Keef got on when Kanye West was rolling through, really active in music. That's a long time.
Yeah, but nah, listen, Von stayed independent, and he tweeted that he was turning down multi-million-dollar deals.
Don't tell me about tweets,
so he could have taken a multi-million-dollar deal anytime. And Chief Keef signed a bad label deal, so Chief Keef was kind of down on where King Von was.
That's not true. Chief Keef had hits. He's been a part of producing. He's been a part of too much, bro. He's been a part of too much. King Von didn't even get a chance to get all his features going. He didn't get a chance to really get his feet under him, bro. I ain't talking about the little features like with rap niggas I just run into on tour. I'm talking about he didn't get a chance to really plant, to really, really, really get a good run at the music. Him and Chief Keef financially, that's not a good conversation. Dirk and Chief Keef, Dirk is smothering Keef. But as far as King Von, he didn't have enough money to run away and just check out the game. He didn't have that kind of money. And you're talking to me about tweets, and it's almost disrespectful, but I'm a content creator, so I know I got to deal with this, right? It's cool. I accept it. But, bro, I'm telling you from experience, I had to come out the trenches, my nigga. I come out of this. These niggas don't have the money you think they have, and I'm the nigga they used to come borrow from. They don't have what you think they have, brother. They con men. That's what you ain't. For you to have studied our culture all this time and not know rappers are lying on the mic, or not know that rappers are tweeting bullshit. A lot of them don't know their business. A lot of them in bad deals. These rap dudes are not what they portray to be. But I understand it. When you that far away, you have no clue.
So you're saying Von and Jay-Z, it's all cap?
No, Jay-Z, no, what do you mean? It's not all cap. I'm saying the amount of money that Von needed to be in a situation to check out the game. A game that's been developed in a city in America, the powerful country in the world, called Chirac, because it resembles war. Young men being killed. For him to check out of that game, he need a certain amount of money, my brother.
How much?
I don't know. It depends on his family. It depends on how many kids he got. You know what I'm saying? Then it depends on his information, what information he got. Because maybe he had enough money for a nigga with some information. But a young nigga with no information might need a $20 million play to feel like I can really leave from around here because he don't know no better. And dude, trust what I'm telling you. Dude didn't get enough leg room, man. He didn't get to live with those hits long enough to really get to see the money that you probably thinking he had. And turning down a multi-million-dollar deal says nothing to Loon because it's about the terms, not the money. Anytime you get into this business, you learn that it's never about the money. It's always about the terms. So they may have gave him a multi-million-dollar deal to own all this shit. And he's like, no, that don't make sense. Right? So, again, that's my opinion.
Listen, he allegedly had $100,000 to spend on getting his enemies assassinated.
You think that's some
allegedly.
Money?
Listen, if he's got the money to arrange hits after he's already a millionaire, I feel like he has the
All
money
right,
to get out of that situation.
let me
That's
play
just how I
into
feel.
what let me play into what
We're
you're
talking
saying.
about Von. We're just talking about Von, though.
Right.
I'm not trying to make a blanket statement about the whole community.
Yeah, let me play.
Von.
Let me play into what you're saying as if I'm King Von. And of course, this is alleged. I don't believe this stuff to be true. Anytime I'm speaking to a white man,
we'll go into that next.
Anytime I'm speaking to a white man, ain't nobody killed nobody. Nobody ever killed nobody when I'm speaking to a white man. You hear me? So we can answer that. But I want you to know about the King Von thing. Let me play into what you're saying that he spent $100K. That ain't no money, family. Nigga, $100K. For me, if I gotta knock a few people off to feel safe around here, because see, that's the thing that I think again you're not paying attention to, right? Once they mark me, it's almost like in one of these video games, they got a bounty on me. If I could take care of somebody that got the bounty on me, that might send a message to calm everything down. So some of what I do may be out of safety, but I don't even believe half of the shit that's been reported to the internet. I don't believe that. I don't believe. So we can move on because you can't answer the.
I can. I got hella answers.
But you can't answer what similarities do Jay-Z and King Von have.
I answered that already. They both came out of difficult environments.
So it is the criminal. It ain't the rapping.
No. So I didn't say anything about criminality. I said they came out of difficult environments where they were disadvantaged.
Difficulty causes you to be in criminal activity.
I didn't say that.
I'm saying that because I grew up in difficulty. That's why I want you to. You talking to a member. You're not talking to a content guy. I'm a member. So I'm telling you, if I grew up in difficulty, I got to deal with criminal activity to get out of difficulty. That's part of what I have to do. So those two gentlemen did that. What about the music do they have in common that draws you to like those two individuals? Seeing that you cited Jay-Z shot his brother at 12, that was one of your first stories, and King Von beef and his shit is you've been attached to that for a while. Help me understand the similarities.
Well, that's the thing. I think I did kind of touch on this, but I'll kind of go at it again from another angle, which is, the thing that really attracted me to I guess to Jay-Z and a lot of other artists is that success story.
Hold on, can we do them together? Say the similar. Can we? Because you'll get me over
on
this
different
Jay-Z thing.
Like, they are different artists, different people, and they're from a different era.
Right, but similarities. What draws you to? Yeah. Right. If you like Jay-Z, see, the more you like of this, the less you like of that. Right. If I'm in love with Jay-Z music. Oh my God, I love how Jay-Z his style, his flow. Hello everyone, it's Big Loon here. Want to talk to you about It's Up There podcast. We're the home of the biggest conversations in the culture, and we've had some incredible guests on the show, including Lil Baby, Moneybagg Yo, Wallow from $1 Million Worth of Game, and many more. But we're not just a podcast, we're a movement, and we want you to be a part of it. That's why I'm encouraging you to go and check out our Patreon page. When you become a patron, you get access to our episodes early, ad-free, with exclusive content you will not find anywhere else. Plus, we do go live only on Patreon, so you get a chance to interact with us in real time and be the first to know about our new products, live shows, and exclusive merchandise. If that's not enough, we're also offering exclusive discounts on our merchandise to our Patreon supporters. So what are you waiting for? Join us on Patreon today. Become a part of the It's Up There podcast movement. Head over to our page now and sign up. Thank you for your support. I see you on the next episode.